Welcome back to Reputation at Stake. We are struggling this week.
Yeah, it's pretty good and interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. Lack of sleep, sickness, weight gain for me,
Yes.
stalling, like all these heavy hitters. And then if that's not enough, we have just the remnants of tropical storm coming all the way west to West Virginia, making it cold, wet, and rainy.
For a few days even.
Yeah, 2 days.
Yeah.
We've been in a drought, so the rain is much needed, but it's a little bit sad.
Yes. Yeah.
I really depend on, I'm like a plant. I really like the sunlight.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Man, a few words.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
So this week my results are in, and I actually lost 1.5 pounds overall my body. Some things I gained weight, like in my arms I gained half an inch, half a pound, oh my, half an inch in each arm, and then over the rest of my body I actually lost 1.5 inches. So I thought that was, like encouraging, because anytime there's a weight stall, you want to know something is working that you can measure or see or something. And since I only do measurements in weight,
Right.
that's all I can go by. So I've actually gained 7 pounds since, I think I kept on the same 7 pounds I gained last week.
So 0 lost, 0 gained.
0 lost. I didn't really gain anything. My weight has really been fluctuating 3 to 5 pounds. So a couple weeks ago, I thought it might be the time of the month, and that's why I had held on to some weight. On carnivore, I have to say, it's embarrassing to talk about, but under normal circumstances when eating the standard American diet, your weight fluctuates and your belly and even your clothes size can go up rampantly. And then on carnivore, it just seems like I've even lost weight during that time of the month. So I just assumed it was that, and I wasn't worried about it. And then this week came along and there's been no weight loss, and I'm a little bit frustrated.
It's like a stall.
Yeah, like 2 weeks in, I'm calling it a stall.
Yeah.
But I'm still losing inches over my entire body, so that's good. I'm still staying with carnivore. I have not cheated. I haven't. So Mom and I went to Sam's Club. And we went to a Sam's Club. We've never gone in and physically shopped. Mm-hmm. And this Sam's Club was set up like totally different than other Sam's or even Costco. Like Costco and Sam's, you expect certain things in certain places, like housewares, meat in one section, cold stuff, and then the bread has its own section. And this Sam's was almost like laid out flat, and everything was everywhere. So Mom and I were looking for some lunch meat because Rainey and I have kind of gotten into snacking a little bit.
Yeah.
And
meat.
So yeah, meats.
Yeah.
We'll get into that in a minute. So Mom and I were looking for the lunch meats, and I was waiting for Mom, and she couldn't find me. So I called her up on her cell phone, and I said, "Hey, turn around." I could see her because she rides around in a mobility cart, and so I'm like waving my arm, and finally she came to me, and we both saw pumpkin cake pops, which are pumpkin spice with cream cheese cake pops at Sam's on our way to the meat display. And she never acknowledged it. I never acknowledged it. And we're driving away, and Mom just says, "Now that we're gone from the store, did you notice those cake pops? I was like, yeah. I said, but if we were to eat that, we'd be hurting for days. It would, and then I'm not going to go on YouTube and admit that I've cheated on purpose on this diet. I mean, I believe in that. Yeah, I believe in snackcidents. Like it just ends up in your hand and in your face, and then you spit it out because, you just like blanked out for a moment.
Sure, that could happen.
You are so busted, mister.
I didn't mean to cheat. Arthur left me here alone with this pizza, and I blacked out. And when I came to, I was eating her.
You could. I
don't know.
I'm not going to on purpose cheat and then have to come tell YouTube, "Hey, I cheated." Yeah. So if you've ever struggled, if you would like to leave in your comments below anything encouraging that you found that helps.
Yes, like a lot of times we talk about ourselves, and that's important to show people our track record of what we're doing and show the progress or the stalls. But this is a really good moment for everyone to put down in the comments below their experiences, their stalls, things that they've noticed that they learned throughout the course of being on the diet or however, and it will encourage other people. Well,
And even us.
What exactly to expect and how people got through it. It's just important to maybe share your experiences.
Yeah, I love reading people's experiences, even on other sites, or what people have done to come out of that, within reason.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, feel free to leave a comment below. We love them.
It's a great place to do it too.
Yep. So I didn't lose weight. I didn't necessarily gain weight, but I didn't lose weight either. So that's where I'm at for this update. How about you?
Yeah. So I have been sick this past week, which is quite providential because we just made a video on bone broth for being sick.
And we got a pot going right now.
And we got another one going. So, by the way, check out the video on how to make bone broth if you haven't already. We've got a couple. She made one short, and I made one that was like 3 minutes.
Yep. And one of the comments we got, just to hop on that train real quick, one of the comments we got was we should have broken the chicken bones apart.
That was a good one.
To get more marrow out, because that's a lot where the healing and stuff is. So that's something I'm planning on trying with this pot. So we'll keep the meat away from the dog. Yokonan, we're talking to you, or Dasa. Dasa's usually our counter surfer. But I have a feeling it was Yoki because Dasa and Sasha were down with me in the basement. So anyways, we'll keep the meat away from the dog, and then we're going to try and crack the bones to get more
marrow,
more out of it.
Nutrients. And that was a really good tip, by the way.
Yeah, thank you. We appreciate it.
And let's see.
So you've been dealing with sickness, so your weight loss.
So weight loss. So yeah. So
when we made bone broth.
It's a bit of a stall. Before I tell you, I want to just say, I reached my lowest low of weight loss this week, which is 297.6. That's my lowest low. But inside that is this stall. So I'm on the wave where I hit was it 300 yesterday, and I'm at 299 today. But anyway, so to bring it to a close, I gained 0.4 pounds.
Since Saturday, last Saturday.
Yes, from Saturday to Saturday. So I gained almost half a pound. But the fluctuation is there's like a 3 pound flux or 2 to 3 pound flux throughout the journey of the week. So,
and that could be, okay, so we started snacking.
Oh yeah. So
this last week. No, it's fine.
Yeah, that's important.
We started snacking, so we've been eating cheese. Like I got some raw cheese, and we wanted to try it out. Sometimes you just need hand to mouth.
Yeah.
We've eaten supper.
Right.
And then we've been watching Fear the Walking Dead.
Yeah.
And it just seems like we just need a little something in the evening.
Yeah.
And so we started snacking. So we started having cheese, and we started having processed meat.
Right. And the type of cheese is you wouldn't buy it normally. I mean, it depends on your home and lifestyle, but usually we wouldn't buy $6 or $7 block of sharp cheddar, or whatever, the more expensive Cabot or,
Yeah.
So these are some really nice. It's like we're treating ourselves, saying, "Hey, let's try this different expensive cheese from the grocery store and just kind of see what it tastes like." And they're pretty tasty. It's pretty good.
But we are noticing it is stalling our weight.
It does stall us, right? It tastes good, but it does have it can include a stall depending on how active your lifestyle is.
Right.
So
yeah, that has stalled, and I've noticed, so I found some pepperoni, and it doesn't have a lot of bad ingredients. It's a deli pepperoni. I've noticed even that's been causing inflammation, so my joints are really bothering me. It's hard to get out of bed first thing in the morning after a couple days even after eating pepperoni. We didn't have pepperoni last night, but today I'm still struggling to get out of bed. So that's just something to put in the back of your head. If you're going to cheat, you might have to pay the price, not only with weight stall or weight gain, but also pain. I don't get pain with beef and chicken and bacon, but I do get pain with anything processed. So there's something in, so it's weird because I would say that the bacon we eat is processed. It's a smoked bacon, and it is, cured with who knows what. That doesn't seem to affect my body like pepperoni affects my body. So there's something in the pepperoni that spice or sugar. Well, it says sugar free. So, but anyways, yeah. So I think snacksidents are making us keep on our weight. Also, anytime you're sick, I believe that it floods your body with white blood cells, which will make you hang on to some weight too.
White blood cells. Okay.
Yeah, because those are your healing warriors that go and fight the sickness off.
So when you're eating, your body is like building that army bigger than normal.
Yeah.
And you're having more weight from that. Okay.
Right.
Well, that's kind of cool.
But I will say carnivore, not cool.
Yeah, weight gain for the right reason.
Yeah. I will say that carnivore sickness seems a lot different than standard American diet sickness. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh yeah. So like in the past, whenever I got sick, I would be down and out for a few days, and you're just hanging on.
You just completely. Randy shuts down when he gets sick. His body just cannot function.
Right.
He gets usually spikes a super high fever, very lethargic. This man never takes time off from work. Never, especially working from home. He's like, if I can power through, I will. But a couple times a year on standard American diet, when you do get sick, you just shut down for 3 or 4 days, and then it takes like another week for you to get over that. Right. And with carnivore diet, I've said, why don't you go lay down? Why don't you rest? And you're like, I'm all right, so long as I don't have to walk, and then I get dizzy. So yeah, it's a lot different, and that you haven't really spiked a fever that I'm aware of. Like you haven't gotten the super pain.
Oh right.
And you don't even have like super glassy eyes. You just aren't feeling 100%.
Right. I would, if you could imagine 100% being where we want to be with energy and all that on a carb-based diet, standard American diet, I'd say you're going to hit the low tens of energy. You're going to be really low and fluctuate between 10 and 50 and then get through the week of trying to get out of being sick. On carnivore, I would say that my lowest could be 30%, but I usually hang around 50 to 80% of energy and keep going.
Yeah.
So
you brought my chair downstairs yesterday and you weren't feeling great.
Right.
You wouldn't normally do that if you're sick. Yeah, it's
a heavy chair.
Heavy duty chair.
Yeah.
I don't think I quite recommend it yet. I got it because I was a lot heavier. But it's almost too big. So I guess if you're like 400 plus, maybe you might like this chair, but it's a heavy duty chair.
Yeah, it's a little bit, yeah.
So you're up half a pound. I'm still hanging on to the last 7 pounds that I was hanging on to last week.
Yes.
We have eaten cheese. So do you have any plans moving forward for next week that you might try differently?
It sure would be nice if we were able to measure the dips, like from dip to dip, because it feels like that would be like this huge goal. Like it would look really good on the sheet.
Yeah.
But
well, you're definitely collecting data because you weigh every single day, and we can pull out month by month and see what that will look like long term.
There's like a dot.
I think that would be kind of cool to see like a year-long update on that.
And it's got that. You can hit a button and it'll do month, year, day, or week or whatever. Yeah. But But what was the question again?
What is your plan for next week? Like, are you going to do anything different next week, this coming week?
I really want to make sure that I get over being sick. So lots of broth, probably, and sleep. I got like 6 hours last night or 5 hours of sleep last night. So I noticed that because I drank coffee till 1 o'clock, 1:30.
Oh, that's so easy to do.
Yeah, I need to stop around noon is the cutoff. If I'm going to do that, go ahead.
I kind of want to, maybe we can post it as a separate video. So we have a doorbell camera on our doorbell, and I'd love to share that little clip. We had this weird white orb that it looked like it came out of our door. Mm-hmm. And I know there are weird light orbs and people fake stuff and all that kind of stuff, but this is 6:30 in the morning, and there's this weird, it's probably a moth, but it would be kind of neat to get your all's opinion. Right. So if we could share our security camera.
I'm just trying to forget about it.
Neat to see. I mean, we pray for protection for God over our house, and I'm not really too much into extraterrestrial or spiritual things. I really believe it was a moth, but it is kind of interesting.
It doesn't look like a moth, but see black light anyway.
Yeah, and our camera picks up black light stuff. So our big security camera that's over our driveway didn't pick up anything, just the doorbell. It's not Ring, it's a Wise Cam.
Wise, yeah.
So anyways, I think that kind of led to a little disrupted sleep. Like, it's a little disturbing to see something fly off into a hurricane. The winds come towards our house and it flew off into the wind.
It looked like Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Like, you know how Harry Potter gets on his broom and then they go off and they're like, that? It did like that, and it was like, what in the heck is that? But it didn't look like a person or even a
it wasn't even scary.
It wasn't scary. It was like the closest thing I could think of is a windsock that you hang on a pole with like little tails.
Like, well, you have crap hanging all over you.
I thought it was
we always had like flags, but this year I didn't put anything up. This year I was expecting to be busy selling real estate. This year has been much slower.
Yeah.
So I didn't bother with anything in the yard. So there's nothing in our yard flying around. Right. And my second point, the wind's blowing towards the house, and this thing like came out of the door.
Yeah, that was weird.
Swirled around my plant and then took off into the wind.
Yeah, that was weird because that's when I looked twice the second time was that I was like, well, wait a minute. This is a 360 fisheye lens, so you can kind of see a whole lot. I mean, even the door, which is weird because the doorbell's this way, right? But you can see the
well, it's on a little slant, just
barely a little sliver of the door and the frame on both sides, all the way around. And this thing did not come around the door and up. It went through the door and out. And I was like, I don't know how.
But it could be a moth. It really could be like a bug or something like that.
Yeah, that's what we're leaving with.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah. So I get back to the diet thing, right?
Yeah, back to diet.
This isn't ooh, spooky. So back to the diet thing. I'm going to cut out cheese this week, which I don't want to because I really like that. I think it's Havarti. It's like a really creamy cheese. It tastes kind of like something you would have with beer and chips, even though I don't like beer. But it has that flavor that would be like a pub cheese.
Yeah.
So I'm going to cut out cheese, and then I've heard an awful lot of videos. So Kelly Hogan, a lot of people did stalls this week, which I think is interesting because we're only doing a stall video because I'm stalled. I'm not trying to copy the big influencer.
Yeah.
But Kelly Hogan on my Zero Carb Life, I love her channel. She did a talk with a lady named Kathie David. Davis?
Lily something.
No, Kathy.
Oh, Kathy.
Kathie David. She did an interview, and Kathy, who had weight to lose, she stalled for a whole year, kept doing carnivore. Finally, I think she had to get her, she went with a carnivore doctor who does blood work, and they work through some things. One thing she found out is she wasn't eating enough. I'm pretty sure I'm eating enough. I think I just have to cut out the cheese. And then Kelly Hogan is a big go for a walk after every meal type situation. So I think I haven't really started any exercise regimen. So I think I've kind of I've lost 40 pounds and gained back a little bit. So I think it's time to start walking, gently walking after dinner or something, just not in the hurricane rain. So those are the two changes I'm going to make. And I would like to also kind of work on our sleep habits because we've been watching Fear the Walking Dead. We finished Walking Dead and now we're watching Fear the Walking Dead. And about 10 o'clock at night, it gets super interesting and we just have to watch the next episode. And I think we need to cut the TV off at 10.
Yeah.
I think that's our problem is it gets super, like, it's kind of boring up till 10 and then finally whatever's going to happen happens.
Yeah.
Because I love binge watching shows. I hate being stuck for a week, so I will wait till the whole series is over usually to start watching. I'm just that type of person.
And they'll scare you. They'll be like, look at this thing over here. Bah!
Yeah.
And you're just like...
Yeah, so you go to bed with adrenaline. So that has not worked for good, solid sleep. So I'm going to work on my sleep. I'm going to work on walking this next week, and I'm cutting out cheese.
Right. And I'm going to follow the whole, get better and not eat cheese.
Yeah. Eat
bone broth and try to sleep. Yeah.
Yeah, I think sleep's our biggest enemy right now, so we'll have to work on that.
Yes, yes.
So if you struggled, please share in the comments below. We would love to read your story or,
that'd be awesome.
Yeah, and we're just going to keep doing carnivore for now.
Yes.
I have no plans on quitting.
Nope.
Got too far.
So many benefits.
Too far to go. So yeah, I think this is day 126.
Oh, okay.
So that's kind of cool. We've been doing this. This is week 18, 126 days in.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I'm just you can't make every video about how good you feel.
Right, it's true.
But I will say I feel better, no sugar, no seed oils, than I ever did with sugar and seed oils. So I'm going to keep doing this.
Also, feel free to leave a comment on what you would like us to maybe discuss. That's an idea.
Sure. Or if you have questions, I see a lot of people do those questions.
Questions.
So if you have questions,
But if you've got like something you're like, hey, well, what about this? And you want us to talk about it, maybe that would be a great place
Yeah.
to get some feedback and spitball.
but just keep in mind, we're not doctors and we're not scientists.
Yeah, this is, yeah.
We just have real life experience being overweight,
Yeah.
and now we're doing something about it. So
Right.
that's where we stand.
Yes.
So.
That's awesome. So, okay, well, I guess, is that everything?
Yes.
Okay, everybody.
I don't give Randy a chance to say goodbye, so I want to make sure I change because I just cut him off. So if you'd like to take us out, I'll let you.
All right. Well, I'll let you start. And then here you go.
Thanks for watching, guys. Take
Take care,
care.
everybody. God bless.